What's up, you guys? Coasters are Beasto 9 here. Back to do a review. I just got out of the theater. I'm actually in the parking lot. Um, I wanted to talk about the movie that I just saw. That a lot of people have been talking about. That there's a lot of hype about. Whether it be good or bad. There's a lot of talk about this movie. Sorry, I'm in my car. Not used to this. But it was something that I felt that I should talk about. I wanted to talk about it like right after the movie, so I was like, I'll go out to my car. I'll make a video talking about it. I just got out of watching Jeepers Creepers 3 for the advance, well, not even advance, the one-day showing that they're doing today. And yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, guys. First off, I just want to say that I do not. I know that there is a lot of backlash with the writer-director Victor Salva. I personally just wanted to say that I do not condone what the man has done. I do not excuse what the man has done. There is no excuse. There is no condoning it. It was absolutely terrible. It was a horrible, horrible thing. And quite frankly, the guy's got some serious fucking issues. And I just want to get that off my chest right off the bat. I didn't see this movie for Victor Salva, so I just hope that you guys don't attack me and things of that nature and get angry at me and leave hateful comments. I would really appreciate if you didn't. Don't judge me based off of, going to see this movie. I went and saw this movie because growing up as a kid, Jeepers Creepers is one of those movies that I vividly remember. And I look back on fondly, including Jeepers Creepers 2. They were both really, really fun. The first one, obviously, way scarier. It actually scared me. And it was just a very interesting, original idea. So it's been a while. It's been a while. And there was a lot of hype, and, I wanted to see it. I've been waiting a long, long time. So again, fuck Victor Salva. But there's a lot more people involved with this movie than just Victor Salva. And there's sentimental value to me and to a lot of horror fans in the community. So I went and saw it. And I'm not really going to get into spoilers for you guys. I might do a spoiler review. It just depends. You guys can put sound off in the comments if you want me to do a spoiler review. And if you do, I will do a spoiler review. If enough people say, hey, do a spoiler review, we want to know, we want to know about the movie and whether we should go see it, because it's actually coming out again in about a week and a half. I think, for another night, and then they're gonna see where it goes from there, whether it goes to video on demand or whether it actually gets a bit of a theatrical release. Yeah, guys, to put it bluntly, I'm very disappointed. I was very, very, very excited for this movie. For years, ever since they'd been talking about it when it was Jeepers Creepers 3 Cathedral, which was the working title years ago. I was very excited for it then. There was a lot of problems behind the scenes, as we all know, and you start to temper your expectation. But I was still very excited because it's the Creeper. It's Jeepers Creepers, and the Creeper is just a very, very, very awesome antagonist. And let me just say, I came in with low expectations, believe it or not. Yes, I was excited and I was looking forward to seeing the movie, but I came in with low expectations because I knew that Salva didn't get any money from any studios to make this movie. They were basically like, not fucking touching that. We don't want our name dragged through the mud with yours. And I can respect the shit out of that. I wouldn't either. You're putting an investment on something that could potentially backfire and no one goes and pays for it. One, so you lose your money. Two, it's conflicting morals, Do you even do that in the first place? It's not even about the money. Can you even bring yourself to do that? Can you support that man? So I don't blame them at all, but me personally, I came in with low expectations because I was like, okay, this is going to be sort of like B-movie-ish. And surprisingly, it's not that bad visually. And but it's noticeable. I will say that the effects suffered greatly. I don't want to get into a lot of detail, but you don't see a third as much as you saw in the first two movies because they just don't have the budget. There's a lot you don't see, actually. There's a lot that's hinted to. There's a lot that happens on the screen, but you don't see it. But you know what just happened. But they didn't have the money to show it. So, I mean, yeah. So there's that. Some of the characters are just incredibly forgettable. Incredibly forgettable. I mean, there was a couple characters. I was at a point where I was almost rolling my eyes when they were on the screen. I was like, what? Why? I will say, Meg Foster, although she is old as hell, and she has seen her better days, man. She put on a hell of a performance. Kudos to Meg Foster. Kudos to the guy that played not Dennis. I can't even remember his name. He's the black man. He's the main character for most of the movie. Forgive me for not knowing his name, but you'll know who I'm talking about if you've seen the trailers. He did a great job too. He was very believable. And Jonathan Breck is the creeper. I mean, he's just so menacing and brute, but he's playful. And in this movie, one of the things this movie got right was he likes to play with his food. And you know, you'll see a smirk, or you'll see a mannerism, or just something that he does. It's just he did a very good job with it in this movie. But again, like I said, there's hardly any blood and gore because they didn't have the money to show it. Nothing really inventive in the way of this franchise, and quite frankly, the storyline, they shit the bed. I mean, they shit the bed. They try to make this movie in between 1 and 2, but the whole movie doesn't take place between 1 and 2. And then it shifts timelines, and then it shifts timelines again, and then there's a cliffhanger after it shifts timelines again, and you're like, what the fuck? So you can definitely tell that the project had its issues behind the scenes. Let's just say that. So yeah, I thought the pacing was kind of weird at points too. It would go from fast-paced, action-y, whatever, to just random bullshit filler scenes that nobody wanted to see. I don't give a crap about Billy Joe Bob or whatever the fuck. I don't care about his emotional issues. This guy, this character, I'm just speaking generally because about some of the characters in the movie, we know they're just fodder. They're there just to fill a spot, to pick up some screen time, and to make it seem like Salva gave a shit about character development. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. Not in this movie. There's only a couple characters that you give a shit about, and I named them already. The rest of them are just forgettable. Some of their performances are just bad. The final girl, I guess you would call, her name's Addie in this movie. She's not very good. Not in horror, not in the horror moments, dialogue moments and whatnot, and being, a troubled teenager. Oh yeah, sure, she did fine there. But when she's in peril, no. The ending was incredibly anticlimactic. I mean, the ending before the cliffhanger was incredibly anticlimactic. It was just, I was actually sitting there and I was like, wow, this is how they're going to end this fucking movie? Like, where's the event? And so there's that. I don't know, guys. I think I have to do a spoiler review, to give you guys more on it. But yeah, but let me know if you want me to. And I'll do it if enough people ask. But, yeah, guys, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing that we couldn't get a good product because of who this man is. If a studio had backed it, I think we would have had a pretty good movie. But they didn't. American Zoetrope did, I think, and everybody, if you know of them, they do these limited release types of movies. This is not a company that's gonna, make a movie that's gonna gross $500 million at the box office. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, overall, man. And another issue I had with it: way too much of the creeper happened in daylight. Way too much. There was hardly any scenes of the creeper killing at night. I don't even know if there was a kill at night. Might have been one or two, but almost all of it was daylight, and it's annoying, and I know why they did it. Again, monetary reasons. It costs more money to have the lighting and the fixtures and all that type of stuff outside for these night scenes. So hey, let's just make a bunch of our action take place during the day, and we don't have to worry about artificial lighting. Save some money, right? Yeah, you save some money, but you also just make the encounters with the creeper almost like just bland. I mean, daytime's not scary. I mean, it's just not. He lives under a veil. He's cloaked by the night, basically. That's what makes him so scary. You see glimpses. You don't see him you don't see much of him until towards the end of the movies. But in this one, it's fucking all day. All day. There's no teasing you with bits and pieces of the monster until you get the final reveal. No. It's just like, oh, here's a creeper. Anyway, I mean, it's just, I'm disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed. So, yeah, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Compel me to do a spoiler review, because I want to do one. So compel me to do a spoiler review, and I will just get into the nitty-gritty details with you guys, and you can know every fucking bit of this movie, so you can decide for yourselves if you want to go see it. Because I know you're not going to have much to go off of except reviews, because and you don't have a big window to ponder seeing it. It's like you either go on this day that it's out, or you don't see it until it comes out on Blu-ray. So yeah, guys, disappointment. But comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see a spoiler review. Thanks, guys.